बेस्ट ऑफ ग्रेड। आज के इस वीडियो में हम डिस्कस करेंगे इसरो की ही एक यूनिट इसरो प्रोपल्शन कॉम्प्लेक्स महेंद्रगिरी तमिलनाडु का एक प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन जो डिप्लोमा लेवल का आया था फॉर द पोस्ट ऑफ टेक्निकल असिस्टेंट इलेक्ट्रिकल। ये रिटन टेस्ट हेल्ड हुआ था 21 जून 2015 को। ड्यूरेशन था इसका 1 आवर 30 मिनट का। अगर आप इस चैनल पर पहली बार विजिट कर रहे हैं, इस वीडियो को लाइक करिएगा और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिएगा। तो बिना किसी देरी के आज का वीडियो शुरू करते हैं। चुंबकीय अभिभाव घनत्व की इकाई क्या है? यूनिट ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स डेंसिटी इज। मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स डेंसिटी की यूनिट है टेस्ला। ऑप्शन बी इज द करेक्ट ऑप्शन। In a magnetic material, hysteresis loss takes place primarily due to option A, flux density lagging behind the magnetizing force, molecular friction, option C, its high retentivity, or option D, rapid reversal of magnetization. The correct option is option C, that is due to its high retentivity. Third question पूछा गया है, an air gap is usually inserted in magnetic circuit to option A, increase saturation current, option B, decrease the magnetic flux, C, avoid fringing effect, or option D, none of these. The correct option is option A, that is to increase the saturation current. When temperature increases, resistance of the copper, as we all know, metals, that is conductors, are positive temperature coefficient of resistance. That is, if temperature increases, the resistance increases and the conductivity, that is G, decreases. So when the temperature increases, resistance of the copper is a conductor. So correct option is option A, that is it will increase. Fifth question is unit of conductance is। कंडक्टेंस की यूनिट है सीमेंस। सीमेंस या फिर महो, MHO। रेसिप्रोकल ऑफ रेजिस्टेंस इज कंडक्टेंस, ऑप्शन सी। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है पावर फैक्टर ऑफ प्योरली रेजिस्टिव सर्किट इज। पावर फैक्टर प्योरली रेजिस्टिव सर्किट का होता है यूनिटी, ऑप्शन बी। रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ वायर इज आर ओम। The wire is stretched to double its length, then its resistance in the ohm is option B, that is 4R. Next question पूछा गया है, 3 12 ohm resistors are connected in parallel and connected across 10 volt battery. Current drawn from the battery will be the 3 ohm resistance 1, 2 and 3 are connected in parallel. 12 ohms, all are 12 ohm resistance each and are connected across 10 volt. Here it is 10 volt battery. Current drawn from the battery is R equivalent यहाँ पर हो जाएगा पैरेलल का 1/12 प्लस 1/12 प्लस 1/12। R equivalent निकालेंगे, यहाँ पर आ जाएगा R equivalent आ जाएगा 4 ohms। 4 ohms then V is equals to IR से I की वैल्यू निकालेंगे। V है यहाँ पर 10 वोल्ट और रेजिस्टेंस है 4, तो यहाँ पर आ जाएगा 2.5 एम्पियर्स। करंट वैल्यू इज 2.5 एम्पियर्स, ऑप्शन सी। द करेक्ट आंसर इज 2.5 एम्पियर्स। स्टैटिक कैपेसिटर्स आर यूज्ड फॉर। स्टैटिक कैपेसिटर्स यूज होता है पावर फैक्टर इंप्रूवमेंट में। द करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज ऑप्शन डी। टू कैपेसिटर्स C1 and C2 आर कनेक्टेड इन सीरीज। इफेक्टिव कैपेसिटेंस विल बी। कैपेसिटेंस अगर सीरीज में है तो फिर ये 1/4 C इक्विवेलेंट निकालेंगे। जैसे हम लोग रेजिस्टेंस का पैरेलल फॉर्म इक्विवेलेंट निकालते हैं, वैसे ही कैपेसिटेंस अगर सीरीज़ में है तो वैसे ही निकालेंगे 1/C1 प्लस 1/C2। तो C इक्विवेलेंट हो जाएगा। इफेक्टिव कैपेसिटेंस विल बी ऑप्शन ए, दैट इज C1 into C2 अपॉन में C1 प्लस C2। ऑप्शन ए इज द करेक्ट ऑप्शन। Next question is temperature at which a material loses its magnetism is Curie temperature, Tesla temperature, transition temperature, magnetic temperature. The correct option is option A, that is the Curie temperature. For an AC sine wave, voltage varies from 0 to 100 volt maximum. How much is the voltage at the instant of 30 degree? The correct option is the instantaneous value will be 50 volts, option D. If a 220 volt heater is used in 110 volt supply, heat produced it will be, the heat produced will be option C, 1/4. Next question is, which medium has the highest value of dielectric strength? The highest value of dielectric strength is in mica, option A. AC time taken by sinusoidal AC frequency 25 Hz to rise from 0 to its maximum value is, the correct answer is option B, that is 0.01 seconds. Transformer works on the principle of, it works on the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Option C. Eddy current loss in a transformer is minimized by the following method: high resistivity core material, laminated core, both A and B, none of the above. The correct option is both A and B, high resistive material also and the laminated core also. Using both options, we can reduce the eddy current loss in a transformer. Efficiency of a transformer is maximum when copper loss is equals to the iron loss. Option C is the correct option. The frequency of a secondary voltage of a transformer will be less than the frequency of the primary voltage, equals to the primary voltage, greater than the frequency of the primary voltage, or very much greater than the frequency of the primary voltage. Always the frequency of the secondary voltage of a transformer will be always equals to the primary voltage. Frequency will be same for both the windings. The voltage ratio of a transformer is given as, it is given as ES, secondary voltage by primary voltage. Next question is, the primary winding of 220 by 6 volt 50 Hz transformer is energized from the supply. The secondary output voltage will be, 3 volt. Option C. Magnetic flux leakage is reduced to a minimum in a transformer by interleaving primary and secondary winding, giving very good isolation to the windings, laminating the core, or none of the above. The correct option is option A, interleaving primary and the secondary winding. Which of the following in generation station has the minimum running cost? The minimum running cost is of hydroelectric station. Option A. Next question is, in order to reduce the harmful effects of harmonics on AC side of DC voltage transmission system, dash are provided. It is provided with the shunt filters. In order to reduce the harmful effects of harmonics, shunt filters are provided. Which of the following motors has high starting torque? High starting torque is of DC series motor. Voltage equation of a DC motor is, the voltage V is given and we get the mechanical output, so V is equals to EB plus, V is equals to EB plus IARA. Option A is the correct option. The difference between the synchronous speed and actual speed of the induction motor is known as, the slip. Option C. A commutator in a DC machine reduces power loss in armature, reduces power loss in field circuit, converts the induced armature AC voltage into direct voltage, and it is not necessary. That is, a commutator in DC machine is not necessary. The correct option is option C. That is, a commutator in a DC machine converts the AC armature voltage into DC voltage as an output. A shunt generator running at 2000 rpm has generated EMF of 100 volt. If the speed increases to 3000 rpm, the generated EMF will be, the relation between the generated EMF, the generated voltage V is directly proportional to the rpm. So using this relation, that is, the 2000 rpm gives the generated EMF of 100 volt and 3000 rpm will give the generated voltage of, like we have to solve, V is equals to 100 into 3 by 2, that is 50 and 150 volt. V is equals to 150 volt. Option D. The 29th question number 29 has the correct answer of 150 volt. Torque developed by 3-phase 400 volt induction motor is 100 Newton meter. If the applied voltage is reduced to 200 volt, developed torque will be, the correct answer is 25 Newton meter. Option B. A DC series motor drawing an armature current of IA is operating under saturated magnetic condition. The torque developed in the motor is proportional to, IA, that is armature current. A DC series motor drawing an armature current of IA is operating under saturated magnetic condition. If the flux gets saturated, the torque of a DC series motor is proportional to the armature current, that is it will be directly proportional to the armature current IA. Transmission line insulator is usually made up of, option A, porcelain. Next question is, light travels with a velocity of 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, option B. Number of semiconductor layers in a transistor is, it is 3. 3 layers are there in a transistor. As if we make a NPN transistor, NPN. First layer, it is the layer 1, it is the layer 2 and it is the layer 3. But there are junction only 2. There are the 2 junctions in a transistor, that is J1 and J2. But the layers are 3 layers. This is the junction 1 and this is junction 2. So the correct option for the question number 34 is option C. Track is equivalent to 2 SCR, 2 silicon control rectifiers connected in parallel, 2 SCRs connected in anti-parallel, 1 SCR and 1 diode connected in parallel, and none of these. The correct option is option B. 2 SCRs connected in anti-parallel is known as the track. It is equivalent to the track. A modern semiconductor device that combines the characteristics of MOSFET and BJT, it is IGBT. The output of two input logic gate is 0 if and only if its inputs are unequal. It is true for XNOR gate. It is the table for the XNOR gate. The table for XNOR gate. It is true for, the correct option is option A. The knee voltage of silicon and germanium PN junction is, the knee voltage is 0.7 volt for the silicon and 0.3 for the germanium. A microcontroller normally has which of the following device on chip? It has ROM, RAM, input output, all of the above. All of the above are correct option. It has, a microcontroller has RAM, ROM and input output. The sag produced in a conductor of a transmission line depends on weight of the conductor per unit length, tension, length and all of the above. The formula for the sag is omega L square upon 8T. The formula for the sag is this. The sag depends upon all of the above. Weight of the conductor W, tension T, length L square, all of the above. The sag of a conductor and a transmission line depends on all of the above 3 options. Option D is the correct. Solar or photovoltaic cell converts chemical energy into electrical energy, solar radiations into electrical energy, solar radiations into thermal energy into electrical energy. Solar or photovoltaic cell converts the solar radiation into electrical energy. Option B. Binary equivalent of decimal number 14 is, to do it like this, 2 then 7 times the remainder is 0, 2 again 3 times the remainder is 1, again 2 ones are 2 and remainder is 1. From it goes from down to up, triple 1 and 0 is the binary equivalent. The option 1, option A is the correct option for the decimal number 14 to be equivalent to the binary equivalent. Magnitude of EMF induced in a circuit is directly proportional to, the magnitude of EMF induced in the circuit, the formula is E is equals to minus N d phi by dt. The EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux d phi by dt and number of turns. So the correct option is option C, that is rate of change of flux. RMS value of sinusoidal voltage 100 volt. Peak to peak voltage is, the peak to peak voltage is option B 50 by root 2. Under the condition of resonance, RLC circuit behaves as, under resonance condition, it behaves as purely resistive circuit. It behaves as a purely resistive circuit, as XL is equals to XC and Z will become equals to R. That is purely resistive circuit. Three capacitors value 8 microfarad, 16 microfarad and 32 microfarad are connected in series. Total capacitance will be, again the C equivalent will be given as 1 by 8 plus 1 by 16 plus 1 by 32 is equals to 1 by C equivalent. Then we will get the correct option is option A, that is 32 by 7 microfarad. Permeability of air is, the permeability of air is 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 Henry per meter. Hopkinson test on DC machine is conducted at full load, half load, no load and none of the above. Hopkinson test is done always on the full load. Form factor of a full wave rectified sine wave is 1.11. Form factor formula is RMS value upon average value. The value of form factor is 1.11. Option A. Ripple factor of a full wave rectifier without filter will be 0.48. Option B. Load factor is defined as the ratio of, load factor is the ratio of average load upon maximum demand. Option A. Watt hour is a unit of, it is a unit of electrical energy. Watt hour is a unit of electrical energy. The following components are all active components: a resistor and an inductor, a diode BJT and a FET, a capacitor and an inductor, or thermionic or op-amp BJT or thermionic triode. The correct option is option B. Active components are diode, BJT and FET. Ideal operational amplifier has an input impedance of, that is infinity. The input impedance is infinity for an ideal operational amplifier. When forward bias is applied to a junction diode, it, option A, increases the potential barrier, decreases the potential barrier, or reduces the majority carrier current to 0, or reduces the minority carrier current to 0. Correct option is B, that is it decreases the potential barrier. If the line current in delta is connected in the system is IL, then the phase current will be, in delta condition, if the winding is connected in delta, the line current is equals to root 3 times of the phase current. And the phase current is equals to line current by root 3. Option B is the correct option. That is IL, line current by root 3. Evaluate the matrix. The matrix given is 4, minus 3, 2 and minus 5. On solving this matrix, the answer is minus 14. The distance time formula for a moving particle is given by S is equals to t square minus 4t plus 1. Find the time when the velocity vanishes. The time is 2 seconds. The which of the following is the highest common factor for 18, 24 and 36? The highest common factor for all these three is 6. Option A. Which of the following Boolean rules is correct? The correct Boolean rule is option B, that A plus 1 is 1. So these were the 60 questions which are discussed as a previous year question for the ISRO Propulsion Center, Mahendragiri, which was held in 2015. ऐसे ही प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस जानने के लिए सब्सक्राइब करें हमारे चैनल को. मैं मिलती हूँ आपसे नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. टिल देन टेक केयर एंड बाय.